So for the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to work 10 to 12 hours per day on my business, trying to make something work. And I would work 12 hours without any breaks, maybe to eat, maybe to do stuff, and that's it. I would sit in my room all day, 12 hours trying to do work, or I would do the work and trying to make something work, right? And I'm gonna be sharing with you in this video what I learned from that and also how to do it properly, because a lot of people do it and they end up burnt out. Honestly, getting out of that period, I don't feel burnt out, but I feel different, and that's basically what I'm gonna tell you right now. So the pros of it is that you get a lot done and you make a lot of progress. So I literally went from nothing to making some money in my business from, that period of working hours on end every day. That's honestly the only pro. It's also that you build good work ethic and that you build better discipline. Also, like, not only when it comes to work, but also when it comes to avoiding junk food, avoiding video games, cheap dopamine, scrolling on social media. Like, it really plays into other aspects of life. But the cons of it is that I mean, for me, I realized that my social interactions became so much more awkward. I don't I forgot how to talk to people. I mean, it's not like I knew how to talk to people before, but at least I was decent at it. I suddenly didn't know how to interact with humans anymore. Like, I would literally stutter every sentence, every single word. Yeah. And also my physical health started declining because, like, I would not work out. I started eating 1 meal per day, or like 2 meals at most per day, and sometimes I would miss my bedtime. I would sit in my room and I would like look at the time and I'd be like, oh shit, like it's way past my bedtime. Like, not in a childish way like bedtime, but as in, like, if I don't sleep at this hour, I will wake up really tired. And that's what happened every single time, because I would wake up really early and I would go to sleep really late, and like my sleeping schedule just got really fucked up. But I fixed it like around the second week of working, because I realized that my sleep really played into my quality of work. So I definitely think that sleep is really important, and like, take it seriously. Take it as like part of the work that you're doing, because it really is a huge part of the work that you're doing. The thing is, when I first started like these 12-hour work days, I was not used to it at all. Like, I would work 3 hours per day, I think, at most. And that already was pretty hard. And I jumped immediately to the 12 hours. It felt really, really exhausting and it felt really hard. And literally the day after, I started scrolling on social media, eating junk food. I literally got my Xbox out of the closet and I started playing Fortnite. But yeah, it's because I really threw myself into that really hard work, and like my brain was like, we gotta avoid this as much as possible. And that's what happens, because also it's not part of who you are. And when you make that huge jump from barely working to 12-hour work days because you're motivated or something, you're gonna fall off so hard. So I was like, no, I wanna make progress as soon as possible, and I want to start working hard as soon as possible. But that literally led to my downfall. So my advice for you, like, if you want to do this, take it slow. Like, add 1 hour and like put a timer or something on the work that you're gonna do. Put a timer and gradually increase it every single day by like an hour or maybe 2 hours. But don't jump straight into it. Like, if you make it gradually harder, you will actually adapt to it and it will slowly become part of who you are. Like, it has to be perfectly easy, but also perfectly hard. Like, not too hard, not too easy. Like, that way is just like right in the middle. And when you're consistent with it, you will automatically want to work more. That's just how it is. But yeah, most importantly, just start working, because when you start working and you kind of get immersed in the task, you get an idea of where your limit is. Because when you start working and you really get immersed, after a certain period of time, you kind of get tired and like your quality of work just drops. try to build on that, right? Like, for example, you do a workout for an hour, the next day you do it for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Also, when you work for so long, you're like, there's no way anyone can outwork me, and you kind of get less intimidated by competition. And you also realize that it takes a lot more work to get the results that you want than you actually expected. Like, you probably expected to, like, yeah, 4 hours per day, and I'll get to it eventually. Like, sure, that could work, but when you do 12 hours per day for a month, and you're like, you're making progress, but you're not at the dream life that you want, you finally realize how much actual volume and work that it takes to get there. This also builds confidence and conviction in yourself. So if you're selling something, for example, like, you have a lot of conviction because, yeah, you work 12 hours per day. Like, that's really hard to do. And, you know, if you're watching this video and that 12-hour workday is your goal, and to just lock in all day and just work, and that's it, and go to sleep, I hope you get to that milestone, because it will really help you. And most importantly, do it gradually, because otherwise nothing will change, and you will be in this endless cycle of, like, explosions of being productive and then just stopping for a while and then an explosion. Like, that's not sustainable. You won't get anywhere. But I hope you learned something from this video. I don't know, dislike this video, unsubscribe, leave me a really, really mean comment about how I'm ugly and how the way I talk is stupid. But yeah, I hope you get to your goals.